G'day guys, Manny here from Manny at Sea. Welcome to the channel if you're new here. I started this channel as a way to document my spearfishing adventures, my journey of learning, my achievements, and sharing the stoke really. So thanks for joining us, and let's get stuck in. This dive here is an initial scout dive. I dive down and I'm looking for sort of like a secluded step or a spot where I might be able to ambush some snapper. Now the plan here is I'm just having a quick look. I hadn't really breathed up properly, so just a quick look and a scout. I see that it's a pretty decent spot. So this next dive I've sort of continued along a little bit that same geographical area, and I start busting up some urchins, or kinna if you call them that. And what this does is it creates a lot of sound, it creates a lot of smells, and essentially the snapper that I was trying to hunt would, in an ideal world, they'd hear that and they'd come in and they'd try and get a feed. So here I'm busting up a bunch of urchins. I don't really have an issue doing that. They're quite plentiful, and yeah, they're decent snapper burley. So busting up a few urchins, and I'm going through, and the plan is to do this in a couple of locations. I'm going to spare you the footage from that, but by the time I get to the third location, I've burleyed up there, I move back to this location. I know I've memorized where I've made that commotion and basically where the food is, and so I'm pretty sure if there is a snapper there, where the snapper would be. And so I move back there, stealthy as you can see, diving down here, approaching the lip very slowly, trying to minimize any noise. And I peer over, and as you can see there's plenty of fish that have been attracted by that sound, smell. They're basically there for a feed. But unfortunately there were no snapper on this occasion. Something had caught my eye though, and I'd seen that there were a couple of larger fish moving about just a ways off, and I decided to breathe up, and I chose my approach to these fish quite carefully. I wanted to be as hidden as possible, non-threatening. And so you see here, I dive down, I'm in this tiny little gutter. I'm using the aguado technique, where you crawl along the bottom with one hand, and what that enables you to do is be as stealthy as possible. So as you can see here, I'm just going to let this roll. And I managed to get a stone shot off. So pretty stoked at this point. As you can see, it's quite a large fish, and so I let go of my gun there and head up to the surface, breathe up, and I've secured myself a boarfish. So that's how I did it. It's a combination of both luck and observation. It's not a very common fish for Sydney, and I'm just super stoked that I could land this one. This is a really interesting fish. This is the first one that I'd actually ever seen, and to get them in Sydney is pretty abnormal. They're often associated with places like quite a way down south, like Eden. They get them in New Zealand as well. Tassie, I believe they've got them as well. They're quite a cold water fish. It's not surprising that it's the middle of winter when I was able to shoot this one. This is my Sydney boarfish, and yeah, I'll leave you guys with a quick little time lapse of me filleting it at home, and yeah, all the best. Cheers, hope you enjoyed. if you enjoyed this little clip, guys, please do consider giving it a like and maybe a subscription to see what I've got coming up next. I've got a heap of cray footage that I've been collecting over the past couple of months, so I'll throw that together and I'm going to chat a little bit about that. So yeah, cheers for helping me out, and I'll catch you in the water.